Okay, so in this tutorial we will be learning about the identifiers. And the identifiers, these are the unique names of variables. So let's start with the basic structure of the program. So this is the basic structure, the skeleton of our program. So the variables we discussed in the last tutorials, that they are like the containers which are storing the value in it, and the variable is having a specific name. So the unique name of a variable is called an identifier. So any descriptive and unique name of a variable is called identifier, and it identify, we know about a variable what it is about. So a variable is its unique name of a variable is called the identifier. So identifiers are the variable name. It must be descriptive and it must speak for itself. So if we write a short program, then if we want to keep the name of a variable like XYZ, ABC, certain things, it's okay. But in a large program or a big project, the variable name, it must be descriptive. Otherwise, we would not know what this is about. So let's see an example. An example of a student. So we have a string and the variable name is student name, and this is storing the student name, which is Ali Akbar, and this is integer, and the variable name is student age, and student is 20. No, let's make the student a little younger, so the student is 15 years old. Then we have the student grade. So char, it is storing a single character, and the student is smart enough, so student has gotten the A grade. And let's have the student location, and the student, he is from Pakistan. So let's print these details. So in these double quotation we write our message. So our message is name of this student is, and then we write the less than sign, and in between them we write a variable name. So the student name is our variable. So student name, this is a variable, and again after that we write a message. He is, so here we will write student age, so whatever age is of the student, years old, and then less than sign. He is from, and then we will write our variable and quotation mark, and his grade is, so you write a variable that is storing his grade, and this one. So if we print this program, so return 0, this marks the end of our main function. And if I run this program, so oops, we got an error. So guess what we forgot? We forgot a semicolon there after the return 0. So we put this, then this return. Okay, so the name of this student is Ali Akbar, so here we need a space, and after the student name we need a space, so we put a space there. And if I run this program, so the name of the student is Ali Akbar, he is 15. So after the age variable we need another space, so here's old, and also we need a space after this. So now everything is fine. If I print this, then everything seems little decent and pretty, so it's okay. So the name of the student, so we printed everything and it's working fine. He's 15-year old, he's from Pakistan, and his grade is A. So these unique names of my variables, they are descriptive and they are unique. So they are the identifiers. And once again, the variables, these are like the containers and they are storing our values. So these are unique names and we are storing our value in it. So they are identifiers. So there are certain rules that we must keep in mind while making the identifiers or giving a name to a variable. So let's see, comment out this portion and let's make some space here. So let's write it. So the certain rules we must remember and it must be followed. So I can have my variable, so it is int my variable. It is a type of its type is integer and it is storing 13. If I print this, and this will work. My variable, it cannot start with a digit. So if the variable name, it starts with a digit, if I start this with the digit 12 number, suppose this is my variable name, and if I print this, then it will give me the error because my variable name cannot start with a digit. So this is one of the rule. A variable name cannot start with a digit or a number. So this is one number rule, and let's comment out this portion. Okay, so this is commented out. The shortcut for commenting any portion is control/. So this is the shortcut and we can comment out any portion. And another rule is we cannot have the variable name any specific keyword. So if I have my int and float, this seems to be crazy, so this will not work. And we cannot have a variable name any specific keyword, and the specific keywords are like the int, float, double, char, string, cout, cin, iostream, etc. So all these specific keywords, we cannot have them as a name for our variable. So this is the wrong way, and this is another rule we must remember, that our variable name cannot be any specific keyword. And if I have my variable and it consists of two words, then I cannot have this blank space between these two words. So if my variable name is my number and there's an empty space between the two words, then this is wrong. So this will give us the error. And if we want to have multiple words of variable name, we can use the underscore. So they're all combined together so that there is no space in between them. So if we want to have multiple words, then we can have this underscore. So another thing that we must remember, we cannot have the exclamation sign, hash, at the rate, and all these kind of symbols in our variable name. So we don't need to remember them. With practice we will learn them, but we need to have a feel of these things. They should not be part of a variable. like the exclamation sign, hash, at the rate, etc. And if we put that in our variable, if they are part of our variable, then this is the wrong syntax. So this is against the C++ programming rules. So these rules, they must be remembered for giving the name to variables.